Hello, hello, Corona Yoda here, and happy Friday. I got my Happy Friday shirt on, and I just wanted to, I believe it is time now to dispel some myths. I've been hearing a lot of them. I've been helping my staff with them. I've been helping my family with them. These are things that people are saying. These are things that people are hearing. And at this point, I believe that I have a more engaged community that is willing to listen. At the beginning, when this started, there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of, there was a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of unknown, and there is still that perception of uncertainty and unknown. But as the data comes out and it's more encouraging than they originally anticipated based on some of the projections, it's people's guards are down a little bit, and now we're coming to the end of this quarantine process. I want to let you know what's different. What is different after May 4th when we're able to leave our houses? What makes that different? And where is the coronavirus going to go? Right? Just like I say, where does the flu go during the summertime? And is it going to come back with a vengeance? So these are some questions that I wanted to answer, and I think it's time, and I do think that you're ready for this. So let me explain something as I want to explain all of these videos at the beginning. I have a principle, and if you are always, if your principle is such that there's a virus that's out there that once you get exposed to it, it infects you and makes you sick, and you don't have control of that, just shut this thing off. Don't even listen to this, because that is not how things work. We hear something about asymptomatic carriers and exposure and giving it to somebody and not knowing it. A virus works like this. You're talking about a virus. I mean, it's less than a speck of dust, this thing is, right? And in order for a virus to, what it wants to do is it wants to go into a host and it wants to replicate itself. So what that virus wants to do is it wants to come inside of you, right? And then it's an RNA, and it wants to get in something that's called your DNA, and it makes itself within your cells. So in order to get into your cell, it needs to pass the mucosa layer, because it's antiviral. Your snots are antiviral. It's antiviral down your throat. You have defense mechanisms. But if you're a weakened host, that virus is going to come in, get inside you, replicate itself, and then get in all, every tissue in your body. Then you are going to be able to spread that. But you have to be a weakened host in order to do that. So what changes after May 4th? Well, here's the thing. Everybody is getting this thing. Everybody on the planet is going to eventually have corona. Now, will you react to it? Will you become a carrier for it? Or will your body react to it, recognize it, create helper T cells, and you'll never get it again? That is actually how it happens when people are healthy. What happens is you'll get a virus, it'll get inside of you, then all of a sudden your immune system will recognize it. Your immune system will recognize it, kill it, make a helper T cell, then you'll recognize it again, and then when you get exposed to it again, you'll never get it. You never get the same virus twice. You never get the same virus twice. You never get the same virus twice if your body goes through the cellular mediated process or recognizes it correctly. So now, here's the thing. When you go into the summertime, a lot of people like to say that the flu goes south during the summer. It doesn't. And this is asinine to say that, the coronavirus, the flu prefers cold weather. It lives inside of you. You're 98 degrees. How can it prefer cold weather? It goes from one host to another host. It wants to be in a warm host. Ridiculous when you have that outside-in principle to try to explain these things like, it goes south for the summertime, or it goes north to the polar ice caps. It's crazy. It doesn't happen. A virus wants to be inside of you. That's where it wants to be. But when you are a strong host, okay, when you're a bad host for it and you have a strong immune system, summertime's going to come around. People are going to be outside. Everybody, the way that this works, everybody will be exposed to the coronavirus. The reason why the curve is flattening is because everybody's immune system's a little bit more suppressed during the winter time because of the things that we talked about in the fall, hydration, your hydration, sleep, exposing to, I did a whole talk on what you can do to boost your immune system. Expose your skin to sunlight and get adjusted, keep yourself warm, all of those things. But as the summer comes around, what's going to happen? You're going to go outside and this virus is going to spread. It's going to spread, but we're not going to know it. And the reason why we're not going to know it is because it gets inside of you. Your body is going to kill it, and it doesn't make you, quote unquote, sick. See, we live under this false pretense that you're either sick or not sick. So when you get sick and you feel sick, you think, oh, I just got the cold. No, you were worn down for weeks and weeks, and that thing was inside of you. That's what this whole thing about being a weekend host and not knowing it. It's you get yourself sick, and then you have the viruses inside of you, and your body just can't deal with it. So what happened to MERS MERS and SARS, right? The ones that this is a derivative of. Well, when those outbreaks came along, they made a vaccine for it, which is very similar, which they're using for the corona vaccine. But what they found is when it was the bad flu season and MERS and SARS and the Middle Eastern respiratory infection and the serious respiratory infection was prevalent, what happens is people went through the summertime and everybody got it again because the flu doesn't go anywhere. People recognize it as a species. What ends up happening is people became immune to it, and they found the next year when they thought that they were going to need this vaccine, nobody was getting it. No kidding, because everybody got it, everybody had it, and we got immunity for it. So what they did is they shelved the vaccine. The same thing's going to happen with this corona thing, where when everybody leaves their houses, our immune systems are going to be a lot stronger. We're all going to be exposed to it. So once you open your door, can I come out now? Okay, I'm out. All right, where'd it go? It didn't go anywhere. It's here. You're getting exposed to it. The world's getting exposed to it. Now that it's on the planet, it is here to stay. We're going to live with corona from now and for the rest of our lives. What's going to be different and what is always different is you, right? So in this quarantine, let's focus on our health and let's focus on our sleep. Let's focus on getting adjusted, and let's focus on eating well, in eating foods, live foods that actually have energy. I did this presentation the other night. Look at this food right here. They have something that's called curl-on photography, where you can take a picture of food and then it shows you the aura of the food. So look at this. Look at this organic. Where am I? Look at this organic corn versus this non-organic corn. It has a lot more life energy, and the more life energy food has, the more energy you get when you eat it. And then now when you look at this stuff, look at that. See that's like explosive energy. That's olive oil. And the more we can be concerned with putting good foods into our body and nurturing our body with healthy nutrients, which we will do during the summertime, this stuff gets suppressed and it's gone, right? You're the one that's going to fight it. And the reason why I really love to put these messages out, telling you that you have the power inside of you to heal, because you can't be afraid of viruses every year, because this will keep happening. You can't run from them. We live with them. It is part of who we are. Our DNA is 40% viral. So this is what they are. They're on the planet. We need to be concerned with keeping ourselves healthy. All right? So healthy people cannot be an asymptomatic carrier. You can have a suppressed immune system and be an asymptomatic carrier, because that virus goes into your nose, right, or however, on your eye, whatever, and then it gets inside of you, and it needs to start replicating itself. It needs to go past your immune system's defenses, start replicating itself, make you, quote-unquote, sick, run down, whatever it may be. Then you become a carrier. that period of time where you don't get, when you get exposed to something, you don't get sick right away. It takes weeks to get sick. But if you are concerned with keeping yourself healthy and doing all of these things that we promote, that is where the power is. So be with me. Let's be more empowered. I'm Dr. Peter Martoni, and hopefully you're liking these messages. Share these things out, because you are the X factor. We want people to know that when they come out of their house, what is different? It's safe. Nobody's going to need a vaccine, because we will get over this together. We're strong as a species, and during the summertime, get exposed, get out to your businesses, support your businesses, get into the woods, talk to people, be with your friends, but be concerned on the back of your mind. Start to keep getting sleep, keep eating well, keep drinking a lot of water, keep your skin exposed, stay healthy, be safe. Thank you so much for staying connected.